Hello, my loves. It's your girl, Lily L, and welcome back to my channel. The problem is not that people disrespect you, the problem is that you have no structure. You think you have boundaries, but what you actually have is reaction. And reaction is not structure. Structure is pre decided access. Most women operate emotionally. Structured women operate intentionally. Today, I'm breaking down the full velvet rope theory, not just the concept, but the system. When I say velvet rope, I am not talking about being distant. I am talking about tiered levels. If you look at high level environments, private memberships, executive circles, invitation only spaces, there are levels. Not everyone is in the inner room. Not everyone gets backstage. Not everyone gets proximity. But in everyday life, women collapse all levels. They give emotional access too early. They give vulnerability too quickly. They give intimacy without qualification. That is not softness. That is lack of structure. And structure is what creates authority. I want to give you something tangible. There are four levels of access, and most of you are giving level three access to level one people. Let that sit. Level one, public access. This is acquaintances, coworkers, social media followers, people you just met, casual conversations. Public access means polite, composed, minimal personal detail. They do not know your fears. They do not know your struggles. They do not know your emotional history. They get presentation, not proximity. Level two, social access. These are friends, people you spend time with, people you enjoy, people who have shown consistency. They get personality, but not your emotional core. You are warm, but not exposed. Level three, emotional access. This is where most women make mistakes. Level three is earned. This is vulnerability, personal fears, past trauma, deep insecurity, private goals. This level requires consistency, time, emotional maturity, not chemistry, not attraction, not convenience, consistency. Most women give level three access in week two. Level four, intimate access. This is inner circle. This is sacred. Very few people belong here, but many of you allow someone into level 4 before they've even passed level 2. And then you wonder why you feel regret. Let's talk about what happens when you collapse these levels. You overshare early in dating. You tell friends things they haven't earned. You vent to coworkers. You emotionally invest before observing. And then you feel exposed. You feel misunderstood. You feel embarrassed. You feel regret. You feel drained. You feel foolish for opening up. That emotional hangover, that's from skipping structure. You did not lack intuition. You lacked pacing. There was a period where I confused connection with qualification. If someone felt easy to talk to, I assumed they were safe. If someone felt attentive, I assumed they were consistent. If someone asked questions, I assumed they deserved answers. But attention is not qualification. Chemistry is not qualification. Interest is not qualification. Consistency is not qualification. Time is qualification. And when I began structuring access based on behavior, not emotion, everything changed. And what I learned is that consistency is qualification. I stopped feeling regret. So, why does structure create power? Well, structure does three things. One, it protects your emotional stability. Two, it increases perceived value. And three, it elevates your presence. So when someone realizes that they do not automatically get deeper access to you, they adjust. They slow down, they become more intentional, and they invest more. Why, you ask? Because people value what feels earned, and what is earned is protected. What is freely given is consumed. This is human psychology, not manipulation. Positioning. If you are building a life with standards in career, relationships, branding, you cannot operate emotionally. You must operate structurally. High performing women do not decide boundaries in the moment. they pre-decide them. That is the difference. Pre-decision removes chaos. If someone hasn't known you for long, they don't get vulnerability. If someone hasn't shown consistency, they do not get emotional depth. If someone hasn't reciprocated, they don't get increased proximity. It is not personal, it is structure. Structure is not cold, it is controlled. This week, I want you to test this. When you meet someone new, stay in level one longer than feels natural. When someone asks a personal question, give a composed, surface level answer. When you feel the urge to overshare, pause. Ask yourself, has this person demonstrated consistency over time? If not, remain composed. You are not withholding, you are pacing. You are not a woman who reacts. You are a woman who evaluates. You are not emotionally impulsive. You are emotionally disciplined. You are not difficult to access. You are selective. That shift alone changes how people approach you. If you're realizing you've been giving level 3 access too early and you want help restructuring this properly, the 3-day live challenge walks you through it step by step. And for women who want personalized evaluation of where their access structure is collapsing, my private consults are available below. This is not about becoming distant. It's about becoming intentional. Create the rope and decide who enters. Until next time, my loves. Bye bye.